I think back to the type of student I was, right? And I wasn't very academic, but I actually feel like that is an asset as an educator. I've never been type A. Um, I have to really be cognizant of structure, and I don't do it naturally, but I yearn for it. Like I need it, right?
Hmm.
And I find that I can sort of relate to kids on a level where maybe someone that was academic the whole life maybe couldn't. I was wondering, based on your upbringing that you just talked about and your struggles with school and almost giving up when you're not even a human yet, like you're 7 years old, you're just tiny. How did that shape your, I guess, professional philosophy? And what is your underlying professional philosophy as an educator?
Ooh. Um, I kind of like strive to be a light walking through the halls. Um, and yeah, I think I've always been like I've always worked. I think the only times that I didn't work was when I had my kids. And I just I don't know, when I switched to kind of the education field and more kind of into like the bigger school education field, something kind of turned on for me like look how much more we can do and look at this huge system we have and what is what are the parts that I can change because we can't change everything, but we can definitely change how we approach people and how we approach kiddos, especially kiddos who, were kind of like us when we were kids, right? You kind of have softer spots.
Right. Yeah. So you're going into a system where, I don't know, you don't have complete control, but you have that circle of influence, right? And you can sort of give part of yourself, I guess, because that's a lot of this job is giving part of yourself to other people, right?
Very much.
So I think everyone has their own like set of core values, right? And I was wondering, how do you portray and use your core values as an educator?
Ooh. So I think probably my biggest one would probably be kindness, right? You don't know what people are going through. Um, and I try my best not to be a jerk through the halls. And
Not always
no,
easy.
no, not at all, right? And and I think this is part of the balancing act too is you want to be on all the time and you want to like for me like I want to be Miss Michelle all the time, but it's not always sustainable because I can't have a bad day. Like I feel like I can't have a bad day or I can't give my kids crap or you know what I mean? Cuz I don't want someone to judge that or be, automatically assume if I'm yelling at my kid I'm going to yell at yours.
Right.
I'd I would never yell at your kid because my kid's going to be a lot more.
Right. I think that's like in general, like our profession and our like area, our field is a lot different than other fields. I think back to my dad, who is like a millwright and a welder. He's red seal in both of them, right? He can go to work grumpy, right? He can have 4 hours of sleep, swear like a sailor, and get the job done. Whereas I find mine and yours, we have to constantly be vigilant on our mood and how we are saying things, not just what we're saying, but even like this, like the microaggressions, like the eye rolls or something like that. You have to catch that when you're dealing
Sarcasm.
with sarcasm, and like that can be used like properly, right? But you have to like know the person. And I feel like the effective, uh, the way to be effective in this job is to be able to emotionally regulate ourselves.
Totally. Because when you're emotionally regulated, you can connect and ultimately that's how kids are kind of trust us and have and feel us in their safe spaces as soon as we kind of have like a connection with them. So we got to check ourselves. When I did hair, the biggest thing was always like fake it till you make it and drop your stuff at the door, right? Cuz no client wants to hear about how crappy your day is.
Right.
No kid cares about what's going on in your personal life because everybody is their own main character.